We're here today to check out some more cricket.
But should we just call it like Cricket Tuesday or something like that?
Cricket Tuesday.
Cricket Tuesday.
Cricket Tuesday.
It was repeating itself. Can we just see that?
It's so true, though.
Okay, well, first of all,
true.
Mitch Johnson, Brett Lee, MS Dhoni, with all that boring stuff out of the way, this is a very important, momentous occasion.
Hello, Boring Review Nation. Gabe.
Nick.
And we are here today to bring you guys another installment of Cricket Tuesday. Oh, man, I'm so excited for this one, Nick. I'm so excited for this one. You know, obviously from the thumbnail, you guys will be able to know that we're doing a little bit on Virat Kohli. And Virat Kohli, to me, is what's everything that's right about the game of cricket. And maybe it's what excites me about the game. Listen, we criticize players all the time, but we show them love when we do. And maybe it's just our Americanism, right? But in a game that's supposed to be all proper, that dude's got fire. And you know what I mean? Like, yo, you're out there and you're ready to go you're banging. And that's actually so far this year in the IPL. Did you know that he got fined for something? I forgot what it was. I was reading the story on Crick Buzz or whatever. It was like, the only quote was, and Virat Kohli accepted the decision. Something like, you know, for arguing a decision or being with the umpire. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? But I love that fire. And you got to have that kind of passion because it's a grind, bro. And when you're out there day in, day out, away from your family, you represent not just a team in RCB, for instance, in the IPL, but you represent a country in India, all right? You represent 1 billion people. You got to have some fire. You got to be ready to bang.
Could you imagine being a national hero with 1 billion people population plus? I mean, I can't imagine the pressure, right? What's the saying? Pressure breaks pipes, right? This guy, I mean, he knows exactly who he is. People can say whatever they want about Virat Kohli, positive or negative or everything in between. This guy knows exactly who he is, and that's why people love him. And it's been fun for us on our journey learning about cricket. We heard about Virat Kohli's name with MS Dhoni and Sachin from day one, for crying out loud. It's been fun to watch him and build our own opinion of the guy. And let me tell you something. This guy knows how to play cricket, all right? He knows how to play cricket, you know, a little better than most people, right? The thing I like about him, though, because I love the numbers, I love the stats. He's got 91 test match, 254 ODIs, 90 T20Is. All that's awesome. Talking about that real quick, he averages above 50 in every single format. This guy has centuries and half centuries in every format, except, believe this or not, Gabe, he does not have a century in T20 International yet. We got to get that this year, Virat. We're going to get that this year for that. Ooh, maybe in the World Cup. Ooh, that would be awesome.
So I found a story. It's on Crick Buzz, and it says, and I'm reading it right off of Crick Buzz. Virat Kohli reprimanded for code of conduct breach. It says RCB, that's Royal Challengers Bangalore captain Virat Kohli was reprimanded by match referee Vingali Nayan Kuti following a breach of IPL's code of conduct during the game against Sunrisers on Wednesday, April 14th. Kohli was charged with a level 1 breach of clause 2.2, which relates to abuse of cricket etiquette or clothing on ground of fixtures and fittings during the match. And hold on, let me see.
Can I get a translation for that? It was something that he was wearing?
I think it was that when he, you know, did one of his yells or screams or whatever, that he pulled his jersey. Like, are you serious, bro? But I love that fire. You know what I mean, dude? I love that fire. But, dude, I think he, again, appeals to us as Americans because we love our fiery American players. You know what I'm saying? Think about the MJs. Absolutely. Think about even the Bradys, bro. You know, I hate Tom Brady with a passion, bro. I am from New York, so all New Yorkers hate Tom Brady. Honestly, all men should hate Tom Brady because nobody should be that good looking, be married to a supermodel, and be the most winningest Super Bowl quarterback in all the history of the NFL. But Tom Brady, there's one thing you can't tell me is the guy don't have fire. I've seen him go out there and lay down blocks, bro, for running. Are you kidding me? You're Tom Brady and he's laying down blocks against linebackers. That's fire. Give it to me. That's what I pay. That's the entertainment I pay for, bro. And Virat Kohli's got that same kind of fire.
The other thing I thought was cool about just studying a little bit about Virat Kohli, some things we didn't know, is so he was born in New Delhi in India. He plays for the domestic squad. I'm assuming for first class domestic league for Delhi. It says right here from 2006 to present. So I'm assuming he's still playing for his domestic club. This guy is pretty busy, right, in his life. Let us know in the comment section. When it says to present, that tells me I'm not saying that he's going to grind out every single game. He's got a busy schedule. But does he still make those appearances? Is he still playing every game? Because if so, that's loyalty. That's fantastic awesomeness. One thing that's great, fantastic awesomeness, I like that word, is with going back to the numbers, he has just as many he has more centuries than 50s in both first class and in both tests. That's just unbelievable. You have more hundreds than 50s in test cricket. This guy's amazing. We're checking out an inspirational video, one that I came across. I'm sure someone's requested in the past, but I don't remember. It's called Legend Virat Kohli Inspirational Video. And before we react to videos that we don't know anything about, I'd like to preview just a few seconds of it. And it looks like it's got some inspirational quotes or some things that he said and some footage. So I'm excited for this one. If you're a Virat Kohli fan, go ahead and give us a thumbs up since we're talking about him on Cricket Tuesday today. We'd appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel if you want more Cricket Tuesday videos. Go ahead and check out our other channel, Cricket for Americans, if you want more content in the cricket arena. Gabe, I'm ready to check this out. How about you?
Yes, sir. Let's get it done.
All right. So let's check this out. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Billion people cheering for this guy. I mean, not there, but jeez Louise.
I was not disciplined at all in terms of my eating and my fitness. I mean, I can't even relate to that guy anymore that I was in those years, you know. I myself feel like it's some other guy. So I had played IPL from 2008, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. IPL 12 was, I was playing for India. I was playing for the national team at the highest level, but I hadn't got the success, you know, that some of the established players did. And IPL 2012, again, had a really, really bad IPL season, and my eating habits were horrible in that season. Very, very bad. And I remember coming back home and I came out of the shower. The team didn't do well. I came out of the shower, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, that's the time it hit me, you know. And luckily, everything that's been bad in me, somehow I get that calling myself that you need to get it right. Like, there's hardly anyone coming and telling me, you know, you're really messing up. It just comes from within. And then I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, you can't look like that if you're an international cricketer. You know, I was like, how the hell are you going to continue like this if you don't take care of yourself? Boom, from next day onwards, I just changed everything about my diet. Hitting the gym 2 hours a day, just taking a day off in a week, eating proper lean food. I got away from all kinds of you know, junk. I did not have a cheat day at all. Jeez. And within 8 to 10 months, I lost about 6 or 7 kgs, and then from then on it became such an addiction because I saw the results on the field. I felt quicker, I felt lighter, felt more focused, and then I was like, man, this is the path I want to walk.
And he is, man, since we've been watching
for 13 months I wasn't selected again, and then it became sort of a madness that I want to get back up. I want to get back into the team, and then, you know, those 13 months, I was like, I was so focused that I want to get back. I want to get back into the team, and my performances were such that the selectors could not ignore me after a while. So eventually I got my chance again, and luckily I've never been out of the team since. If we don't change the way we are playing, or I don't change the way I'm playing, or the way I'm training, or thinking, or, you know, eating, I can never be among the best players in the world. And there's no point in just competing if you don't want to be the best. So I wanted to be the best version of myself, and then I based everything around that vision. And then my training, my diet, my approach towards the game, everything changed. And I know that I wasn't the most skilled sports person when I came in, But the only thing that's been constant is working hard on myself and my game. And that was the time I realized, well, if the Indian team has to be the best team in the world, we need to go ahead in a certain line. I knew that I have the ability to make my team win, and I wanted to be that version of myself where if I walk in, I wanted teams to think like, we need to get this guy out or else we're going to lose the game. So I thought if I can't have that impact on my team, then I'm not doing justice to, where I am. And if I don't want to be that guy, there's something wrong in my head. Either I've accepted being lower than what I should be, or I just don't have enough drive in me. So I said I'm going to unlock my max potential and achieve what I should be.
That's a nice shot.
Wow.
There's a lot in there I didn't know before, right? But one of the things I did not realize is that early on his IPL career that he struggled, and that in his words, not in my words, in his words, he felt overweight and not fit, I guess I should say.
Right.
For those watching this reaction, which hopefully is a lot of people, me and Gabe didn't say a lot of stuff there because we were just in awe and we were listening to this guy's testimony, if you will, about what makes him who he is. And there's a lot when you are a spectator like we are, where you just assume certain people have certain personalities and there's certain things about them. But you don't really know unless you cover the sport as a journalist or something. And the interesting thing to me is that he wanted to improve his game. He knew he was having a tough season. And so he was not afraid to look not just inward, but outward and tell himself, what do I need to change? Everyone sees Virat Kohli and you see the veracity and you see the aggressiveness and you see the fire, right? Well, according to that video, he shows that same fire to himself too. He's not afraid to point at himself and say, you have got to exemplify. And then there was 13 months before he was selected. Think about that. Most people would think, okay, I lost the weight. I'm in better shape. Now I'm ready to be selected. He waited 13 months. What would have happened if he didn't discipline himself more and work on his game more? Right? I mean, that's incredible to me. That was amazing.
Bro, so many thoughts, man. But I think that the first thing that comes to mind is the dedication. And as somebody who comes from an athletic family, right? My kids are in sports right now. Got one in college, you know what I mean, up in West Virginia. Trey's out here in high school right now, his junior year. Plays two sports, actually, football and baseball. But, so Trey just recently missed Alex's birthday party, right? Because he had to go to a game. And people don't realize that when you're an athlete, it starts at an early level. You miss out on so many things. And it is really like a life changing thing. Because when you dedicate yourself to the sport, you got to realize that there's other people out there. So you just got to be ready to outwork the other man. And unfortunately, some people aren't ready to do that. Okay. I remember reading a story about Alex Rodriguez, how Alex Rodriguez was a talent when he was a kid, but Alex Rodriguez also, was sluggish, was a little heavy or whatever. This kid stopped eating sugar at 8-13. How many people stop eating sugar at age 13, which meant no cakes, no sodas, no nothing with sugar. That's how Alex Rodriguez became Alex Rodriguez. Listening to Virat about how there was no days off. You know what I'm saying? There was no cheat days. You know who also said that? Kobe. And that's that Mamba mentality where, listen, I'm going to go out and I'm going to outwork you. I've already saw it. Maybe it was in another channel on CFA, but I've mentioned the story. I bought Trade, the Mamba mentality book that Kobe wrote. But there was a story about Kobe Bryant when Cuttino Mobley joined the team, and Cuttino Mobley wanted to be better. And he said, okay, yeah, I'll meet you at the gym. I'll be there at 6 a.m. So Cuttino Mobley is pulling up to the gym. He's rushing, man. It's like, 5 minutes to 6. He doesn't want to be late for Kobe. As he's pulling in, Kobe's pulling out. Kobe had been there for 2 hours already. Workout's done, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And I think the one thing that he said that really gave me goosebumps, and this is how you know that, like the true athlete in him. He said, I know I'm not the most talented player. Okay. There's people that are more skilled than me. There are people that are more skilled than me, but I wasn't willing to just accept being where I was. And I worked and worked and worked. And man, it goes back to that one video, How Bad Do You Want It? That I love watching, an inspirational video. If you've never watched it by Eric Thomas, where he talks about athletes and he says, listen, everybody has talent, but greatness is only achieved by hours and hours and hours of working on your craft. All right. You got to outwork the other man. And man, that's what I got out of that video. How much of a grinder he is, how much he worked. It actually brings a certain humbleness to him, which is that's something that you don't really associate with Virat Kohli, being humble. But for him to say, yes, I was, because not blaming anybody else, pointing fingers, but because of my bad habits, because of my diet, because of whatever, I'm not the best player I can be. And I know I'm not the most skilled. And man, that just gave me a newfound respect for him.
That was incredible. He was made a test captain in 2014 and limited format 2017 following the retirement of both those formats by MS Dhoni. And he said 2012, if I'm remembering correctly, was the low point in his IPL career. He didn't say those words exactly, but that's what he's talking about. And again, these athletes, people worship and idolize these athletes. They shouldn't be worshipped or idolized, but we should look up for motivation and inspiration. That's why I love this video. I'm curious. Let us know in the comment section what you thought of this video, because I thought this was a very, very well put together video. It's not like a typical Cricket Tuesday video, but it showed us some of the footage of him. But it was focusing on his message. On, you see me as Virat Kohli. You see me on the billboards, on the commercials, all this kind of stuff. But you don't know the work that gets put into it. And I absolutely love that. And I like how you use your own experience with what your son's doing right now and working his tail off. That was incredible. And I absolutely love it. One thing I would love to see from the people that are still watching this video, he was pointing to his bat and he was doing this. Was he saying, let the cricket do the talking? Was he telling the people, like we see sometimes in basketball, you can stop talking now because I just shut you up? I'm curious what that story was, because there was a few of that shown in those clips, and I'm just naturally curious. But this was fantastic. Let us know if you're a Virat Kohli fan also. What's your favorite Virat Kohli moment? Was it from the IPL? Was it from the international squad? Was it from the domestic team? Delhi, if you have some experiences with that, please let us know. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
we know all things.